Hello everyone. So today there was a question on the community about doing bulk changes using REST API. Now in Jira, of course, there is a feature called bulk update, and this is actually a very useful feature because if you are trying to, let us say, close your issues automatically, or if you're trying to update the assignee field, or if you're trying to maybe just do any update on not just one issue but multiple issues, then you can of course use this feature, and it is actually very helpful. Not only for Jira administrators but also for normal users who have rights to do it. Now, the question is about doing this bulk update using REST API. Now, I was wondering, why do we need? Why there is a requirement where you may want to do a bulk update using REST API? Because when you're using REST API, you can anyways do it in your code. Basically, let us say if you're trying to update an issue, or maybe you're trying to change the assignee of multiple issues. First, you would retrieve those issues, maybe by performing search. And when you retrieve those issues, then of course you can, in your code, write logic to do that change. So this might not be like, it may seem like not a valid requirement or a question, but there are some advantages of using bulk change. For example, if you have to do the same thing using your own code, then you will probably make multiple REST calls. At the same time, when you're doing a bulk change, there is an option to also suppress the email notification. And at the same time, when you're doing a bulk change from the user interface, you're actually presented with a lot of these options, like what exactly you want to do. Then if you're trying to transition, then what exactly you're trying to transition. And you will only be allowed to do things that are possible based on your permissions. Now, of course, when you're doing it using REST API will also throw some error if you're not supposed to do something, because your permissions are always in place. But I think doing a bulk change, or basically doing it using an API, will definitely be useful, although it may not be like a super urgent thing for Atlassian, because there is also this feature request on Atlassian's own Jira, where people are asking for doing bulk change. And this is something that I'm not really sure, because just like any other feature request on Atlassian's website, you have to, of course, vote for it. So I'll vote for it. I think this can be useful. And at the same time, if you are, because the thing is that if you're on Jira server version, and if you have, let us say, script now for Jira, then to be honest, you're fine, because you can use Jira Java API and you can write your Groovy script to do wonderful things, because you have more flexibility. You are not really limited to those multiple REST endpoints. And it can be a bit of a pain, to be honest, when you're working with REST API, because you make a REST call, then you get something, then you make another REST call to do something else, and so on. And you end up actually writing a lot of code. But having these things available to us directly will definitely help us, or basically it will make us a bit more efficient. And this is definitely applicable when it comes to REST API on cloud, because on cloud you only have REST API. And yes, as of right now, as of January 2023, there is no REST endpoint. But good thing about Atlassian is that they are actually doing, or they have added a lot of new endpoints, and I need to catch up, because I did notice few additional endpoints. By the way, if you want to learn Jira REST API, you can go to my website ravisagar.in, and if you want, you can actually click on this link called Mastering Jira REST API. So I do talk about REST API a lot, and if you want to learn it, you can actually watch these videos. I have like plenty of examples for doing wonderful things with Jira, and this will help you to get started and also to solve your problems. But of course, REST API is always going to be limited. You can't really do each and everything that you may want to do. But at the same time, we have the option to vote on these issues. So that is what I will do. I've just voted, by the way, and you can also vote for it, because I think this can be useful. endpoint. All right, that is it. That is it for today. I hope you found this video useful and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.